Good morning, friends. Welcome to my channel, Positivity with Geeta Iyengar. And well, today I'm going to discuss a topic which everybody doesn't want to talk. It's an inhibited topic. Something, when you talk about it, something sad occurs in your mind. Well, life, I have spoken about positivity with life. But what for a change if I talk about positivity with death? Which is the most certain thing, and yet we don't want to talk about it. So today let's look at or view at this particular certainty which is sure to come, inevitable, and yet we have to see how we can look at it positively, how we should not break down and get disintegrated. Whenever there is a loss in the family, your near and dear ones, how do you react? Have you seen the reactions of people? First thing you have to observe, there are different ways of reacting and the different changes that takes place when somebody, your near and dear one, passes away. So one is the physical change. Suddenly you will find that person is not able to control himself, he or she. And then it's a shock for them. And this physical change, the physical reaction leads to emotional reaction. You start crying, you get headache, you get all kind of behavioral reactions also. You suddenly become so stunned, you don't know what to talk, you don't know what is happening, you are in shock. There is also a change called cognition change, where you have become so much into that despair situation, you don't know whether it's day or night. You've lost your appetite, lost your sleep, you have no control on your emotions, and so on. So this is a sad part of every this kind of despair, this kind of certainty which we call death. Of course, the first thing when you hear the news, there are different reactions. Just observe. When you say, oh, this one passed away, if you say, oh no, you are on the denial. How come? No way. He or she has not gone, because you are not able to accept the fact that the person whom you like, the person with whom you have so attached is no more. So some people, they live on that denial for long, which is not true, which is not right, I would say. But it happens. Then they are angry. The same person, see, when I'm talking about reactions, it can happen in the same person one after the other, or it can happen, the first one will come, then the second and third. But all these reactions happen for different people at different levels, at different priority levels, and so on. The emotional state of mind that you are in, and how you are taking that emotional thing, that is that death, somebody's loss. So you are angry. You're so angry that with yourself, you're angry with that such a situation has happened in my life. I'm not able to handle it, or I'm not able to take it. And then the emotional thing, that it is completely upset, completely a chaotic emotional situation. Then there is a bargaining stage where you say, oh, I wish I had done. My God, this person called me every day. This person was so desperate. I saw this person suffering. Why didn't I do something to this person? Why didn't I go take him or her to the hospital? You will start saying, what if I had done, what if I had done this? So all kinds of ifs and buts and how and why and all these things come in your mind, because you're bargaining with your emotions, bargaining with your state, that condition, because you're not able to take that loss. Oh my God, I would have saved if I had put this person in the hospital, if I had given them proper treatment, if this person was taken care from the beginning, this would not have happened. So there's all these things will come. So you bargain. And then there are some people, they go into depression. They are not able to handle the situation. They cannot cry. There is no outburst. Sometimes the emotions are also very misleading. When somebody dies, you start laughing like anything. The emotional control. Some people will have very control. The weeping is inside. The sorrow is inside. For some, the outburst is absolutely external. And these people will become, they just laugh, and then they might lose out. You say, oh my God, this person will go crazy because he or she is not able to control this loss, this situation. There are some who will accept it, and gradually. Nobody accepts it immediately. But one more thing, in this death situation teaches a very good lesson, or I would say a very practical lesson. That moment, however sorrow you have, however sad you are, first thing you think of disposing the body. First thing you think of the death certificate. First thing you think of how to conduct the ceremony or the cremation. And you also think of, has the person left any money? How do I mobilize this money? So this practical side of life lessens and reduces the emotional trauma that you're going through. So it brings you back to earth and say, no, fine, the person is gone. Now I'm going to take care of all the other things which has to be done. So it hits you, life hits you with this practicality. And then this is how we go on. And then once all that is over, relatives come, there is condolence, all that is over, then the person who has lost is left alone. That person has to be, you have to nurture him with emotions. That person needs company. That person needs love and affection. That person has to come out of this loss or this crisis. It is here where the family should help. It is here the positivity of the person who has undergone this tragedy and the positivity others. They cannot say what to do, it's gone, stop crying. Instead of saying that, you don't even have to mention about the death of the person. And yet you can do a wonderful job in bringing them out so that they are back in the path of reality, in the path of life. Because life goes on, death also will come, but don't get stuck with that death because you can't help it. It is the most certain thing in our life, and yet we have to control, we have to, as we grow up, when we see as many deaths as possible, each situation should teach us to handle it very positively, very practically. And at the same time, we have to be, so much of love and affection is there in you. Try to give it to those people who have faced this loss, and you see, you will feel better. So positivity in life is a great thing. Use that positivity to handle positivity in death, the approach to death, approach to the loss, especially to those who have lost their relatives. So, friends, I've tried to touch upon a very delicate topic, a very disturbing topic, but then all of us have faced. This is one situation you cannot deny that it has not happened in your life, in your family, anywhere with your friends and so on. So the least we can do is we can keep company to those, give them company, make them feel nice, let them come out and start their positive journey of life very happily. So thank you once again for listening to me. The other aspects also are there about this certain, or the thing which is really there in our life, that is death, which we will discuss later. Thank you for being with me. Thank you once again for, at least I would be very happy if all of us, at least little bit of this, if it has hit you or touched you, do something to the society, do something for your near and dear ones. Let them not be in that sorrowful state because of the loss of their near and dear ones. Thank you once again. Please share, subscribe, and ring the bell icon. And we'll meet again next time with another topic. Thank you.